Hello everyone, this is Kendra with Art Impressions, and today I'm bringing you a really fun tutorial of this cute little bunny in the carrot car. This is from set 5504, and I'll be using the one right down here. And as a little bonus for you, we're also gonna color this little chick today, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm gonna grab my watercolor paper for this. And for time's sake, I have already stamped this down using the typical brown 969 first, and then coloring over that with the 565 blue, okay? I stamped it off one time and then I stamped it onto my project paper. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit and we'll get started. So, first thing I'm gonna do is begin to pull the color out of the lines. So I'm gonna grab my watercolor brush, get it wet, and wipe off just that excess water. And I'm gonna begin to pull the color out of these lines. So just a little more on the wheels because those will be dark themselves. And then just a little bit on the carrot since that'll be orange and yellow. Kind of knowing what color scheme you're going to use beforehand is really helpful as opposed to just jumping in and coloring however you want to in the moment. If that's your jam, by all means, continue to do that. It's a lot of fun to do that. But if you get, color anxiety and you're like, I don't know what to do, that's totally normal. And if you plan out just a bit beforehand, you can have a good idea of which areas you want to have a little bit more shadow versus those areas where you want to have a little bit less so you don't muddy up the colors. Like for the carrot, I'm not going to do a whole lot because it's going to be a light color and too much of this brown is going to muddy up that orange and yellow. All right, so I'm just going to pull out the colors on my cart just a little bit. Same thing with the pot on the edges and underneath that rim. Just like this. I'm not going to do much in the tulips because we're going to be coloring those pink and yellow. So I don't want to bring too much of that out into the tulips. I want those tulips to be really bright. And then I can, as you can see here, add shadows in with the darker or with another layer of color like we did here with the pink, and then we did the same thing with the yellow. So I'll show you that when we get there. And then same thing with the bunny. So I'm going to come up here and just pull out a little bit of this color. Now he's going to be a gray bunny, so I'm going to pull a little bit more out than I generally would because he's already going to be gray. And we'll just kind of come around where his fur would be there. I'm not going to bring too much here because that's where our highlight is. Okay. Something like this. All right. A little bit on the little stem here. Okay. So now we'll begin to bring in a little bit more color. So I'm going to grab my palette and we'll just kind of scoot this over a bit. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit more here and not lose too much of the image. Okay, so I'm going to start with yellow and just begin to paint that into the carrot here. So I'm going to go 993. And I'm using my number 4 brush. And I'm just going to begin to add in this yellow. Now this 993 has a little bit of an orange tone in it anyway, which is really helpful because we're going to be going orange. So you can also do this with the 055, which is a super bright yellow. Totally up to you, just depending on how much dimensionality you want in your little carrot here. And be careful not to touch these lines because this is not a stamp that we would generally use for watercolor, but I like to show that you can watercolor pretty much anything. You just have to change your technique a little bit. And if we touch these dark lines with the yellow, we're gonna pull out that color just like we did in the shadow. So just be mindful of that. And we'll get a little bit more water here. And notice I'm keeping most of this color at the base, okay? Because this area down at the bottom is going to be the darker area of the carrot car. All right, now I'm going to bring in 933. So 933. And I'm going to put this just pretty much at the bottom and then just graduate it up. And I want the top of this car to be light because if I color it all the same, then I lose the dimension, I lose the highlight, and I lose the shadow. So I know that this under area is going to be darker and the top area is going to be lighter. So I'm not going to carry this color all the way to the top. Just like that. Okay. Then I can take a little bit of my N55, which is a really nice gray color. N55. We're going to add that to our little bunny. And I always start in the shaded areas when I bring in a stronger color because I want the deposit to be the most in the areas that are going to have the shadow. So like in the arms, like right where his body enters the car, that's going to have a nice shadow on it. Under his ear here, this is going to have a shadow, and here we'll have a little shadow. And this isn't super important, getting the shadows exactly where they, the perfect place or anything like that, but it's just nice when you're thinking about, okay, I just picked up all this color. If I put it like right here, that's going to look like I have a shadow in the middle of his forehead. And I don't want that. I want that forehead to appear to be highlighted. Okay. And I can bring a little bit of this color up into the top, but I want to keep it light, very light. Okay, let's put a cheek on him. So 743. 743 is going to be his little cheeky color and his ears color. So we'll grab this. We'll just put a little bit of that cheek on there on both sides. It's so cute. And then a little bit into his ear here. Oh, I love it. And we'll get back into his face and put all of his lines and his nose and all that stuff at the end, okay? And then let's go down to our wheels. So I'm going to grab that N55 again. I'm just going to drop this color into the wheels. And I know the bottom of the wheel is going to be the darker area. So that's kind of where I'm dropping that color first. So it's mostly deposited down there. A little bit more. And then on these wheels back here, these will be dark. Just like so. Grab a bit more water. And then we're going to come in and do this back wheel. Okay, he's coming together. All right, let's put some of this bright green. This is 173. Kind of running out of this color. Okay. 173, I'm going to put on the stem here. And also I'm going to use this for my wagon. And you can just do a little design if you want to. Does not have to be perfect. This is just for fun, okay? His little wagon. I'm going to do the shadowed or the shaded area down here again. And then I also want to use this 173, and I will come back in to strengthen this green in here toward the end. But I want to get a little wash on the stems and the tulips first. And actually, I'm just thinking of this, but this would be really cute to do the wheel caps in this green too. Cute. Oh, I love it. That is really cute. Okay, let's go in with 177 now. And where did my brush go? I'm gonna grab the 177, just take a little bit of this and place it at the base of that green. This is a really nice color to use for shadowing in that bright green, or just giving it a little bit of weight. Because that light limey green has a lot of yellow, and yellow just needs a bit of extra help in the structure and making it pop. These darker colors really make the yellows in your colors pop out. Okay. All right, so there's our wagon. And then, oh, you know what? We could make this part green too. That would be really cute. I'm winging it at this point. Okay, let's do this green too. This is just so cute. Of course, this is all optional. You don't have to do any of these colors. You can use your own colors. You can be creative. You can add some bling to yours. How cute would like a little bit of bling on the hubcaps look? That would be so darling. And we'll put a little bit of that 177 just to give it strength. Okay, I'm in love. All right, now I'm gonna take my 526 So 526. And I'm going to put this onto the pot in the back. Just like this. And we want to keep this center area highlighted, but we can have it a little bit darker on the edges and under that lip. And then while we're using the 526, let's go ahead and add in our sky. So I'm using a decent amount of water to pick up that blue. Again, we don't want to touch those brown lines because it will pull out the color into our sky. But I can get real close. This just gives him a nice little backdrop. Of course, you don't have to do any sky. You can just leave him as is, but it makes it look like a really nice, sunny spring day. And just as a reminder, these can be used anytime. This is a cute summer stamp. It doesn't have to just be Easter. This is just a really adorable summer stamp of a bunny on his little farming homestead, driving around his tulips. Adorable. All right, let's put in some tulip colors. So I'm going to use that 993 again, but I'm also going to use 055. So this is the really bright yellow, and I'll just go 055. This is bright. So this is 055. I know it's hard to see on that palette. And then we'll just kind of pick some of these that we want to color yellow and some we want to color pink. Or maybe you want to do purple and yellow, or purple and pink, or, you know, there's so many different color tulips. You could do orange if you wanted. And we'll do this one too. Okay. And then I'm still going to need to darken up these, the shaded areas on these tulips. But just as an example, I want to show you why I can't just go back in with the 155. See, it's just not enough to really give structure to that yellow. So I need to come in with something a little bit stronger like this 933. See how that gives more structure to that yellow color, because it has a little bit of that reddish orange undertone, which allows me to use it to darken up the base here. And we don't want to darken it a ton, we just want to give it a little bit more oomph that the 055 alone can't do. So I'll take 743 and we'll color the rest of these little tulips. Again, these don't need to be perfect, but do be aware that those lines are brown. So if you pull in the brown, you're going to have some mixing going on, okay? Now the 743, I'm going to deepen that with 725, which is just a brighter pink. And I'm going to come at the base of these with the 725. Just like this. It's really easy when you do things sequentially. And let's see. Okay. Now I want to take and put in some details into this. So I'm going to take that 173. There's a brush tip and there's a bullet tip, really small bullet tip on these Tombos. And I want to use that small tip to get in there and deepen up these stems, okay? Of course, this is optional. You don't need to do it, but I like to also take 177. And remember how we were using this for the shadow before? Just right underneath the flower base, put a little shadow with the 177. And then I'm going to take my twin tone, the tiny tip, and I'm going to darken up the eyes. Remember, we always darken the eyes, the nose, and the mouth on any animal or person. It just brings them to life. And actually, there's this little guy that I forgot to color, but we'll just do it in brown. Okay, so always, and this just brings your little animal to life. See that? How much more alive he looks. How cute. And you can put, if you lost lines, you can put lines back in with this. These are really, really nice little pens. If you don't have them, I recommend getting a set. You can find them on artimpressions.com. They're so nice, and they come in a set, I think, of 10 or 12. But they're amazing, and there's a bunch of colors. So I can show you another color. Maybe I want to put in more pink into these little tulips. Like I can come in here and just be more detailed about getting that pink into the small areas. Maybe I want a little bit more shadow here. I can use these little twin tones to do that. And how cute is that? So I can just come in here, and these are water based. So if I wanted to take my brush and blend these in, I still can. Isn't that nice? I love these twin tones. I think I'm on my second or third set because I've used them so much. So cute. And then I can take my green one and I can use, so there's two tips. There's this tip, the bullet, and then there's the tiny detailer. And I can take this. Maybe I want to put like a little bit of a detail into the center of these and just darken it up or make it brighter. See that? Maybe I want to come in and put some more detail into the wagon with this. These are just, I mean, endless uses with these twin tones. I just absolutely love them. Maybe I want to do a little bit of orange in these tulips. So I can take this orange and just put it right at the base where I want the shadow. Oh my word, cute. And I can take my tiny brush. This is a 0. And I can just come in here and just pull a little bit of that color. Oh my goodness, I can't. This is so cute. So if you don't have them, this is your sign to get them. Love. All right, let's put a little bit of a shadow on the road. And I'm gonna use my 565. My 565. Just zoom out a little bit here. Make sure I'm okay, good. For a second there, I thought I wasn't filming. Okay, so I'm going to take my 565 and just do a little shadow right under the car here. And this just gives them a little place to roll. How cute! Okay, now I'm going to sign my work. And that is going to be our little bunny. Okay. And it's 2025. All right. Oh, and we're doing 2 giveaways. So 2 $20 art impressions giveaways, as well as giving this little card away. So if you want to win, enter into the comments, number 1, that you want to win this little set, and number 2, your favorite thing about art impressions. Your favorite thing, whether it's your favorite set, or you like the videos, or you love the different lines, or you love the queen bee, whatever you want to put. Your favorite thing about art impressions will enter you to win one of the $20 gift certificates, okay? So to be used on the Art Impressions website. So make sure you enter in the comments below that you would like to win this, and that something about art impressions that is your favorite thing, okay? So I also promised you that we would color this little chick as a little bonus. So let's get our palette back out. A lot of these colors that we'll need are already on our palette, so we can just jump right in. And I'm going to just pull the color out of this little chick just a little bit. Remember, he's yellow, so I'm not going to pull out too much, but I do want a little bit of shadow to come out. And then same thing on the egg. So I'm going to bring out just a little shadow on this egg, especially because some of this egg will be, potentially left white, and we don't want to leave the egg just white in certain areas. We want it to have a little shadow, because even white things have shadows, right? Okay. So we'll start with the 055. Because he's going to be just this cute little yellow chickie. I love this little stamp. You could write something on here. This could be for a birthday. This could be for someone who just absolutely loves like chickens and eggs. Like, how cute for somebody who raises chickens and maybe harvests their eggs. This would just be adorable. But there's so many uses for these. It doesn't have to be just Easter again. And there's so many different little stamps in this set. So yes, you do have the Happy Easter, but you also have Happy Spring and Hop This Way. You have these little cute, adorable little stamps, accessory stamps that come with it. So there are many, many uses. Like this guy I can see for like a birthday card. You can put this with any of the watercolor stamps. You could use these, around him to make a little wreath or something. There's so many cute uses for these. I want you to know that these sets are super versatile, and you don't have to use them just for one specific holiday. When you get a set like this, I want you to know that you can use it for many different things. So don't, after the holiday, don't go stash it for the next year. Keep it out, use it. There's so many ways that you can use these, or you can mask things off. If there's like a specific holiday inspired accessory on the stamp, you can mask it. Get creative with it. Use your stamp sets to the fullest. And use them often. Okay, so I'm just using this just like we did in the last one. I'm using 993 to come in and add a little shadow in here, just to give the yellow a little bit more strength, but he still looks yellow, right? There's no question this little guy is a yellow chick, but we use that orangey yellow to just bump up the color a bit. And then I'm going to use my 933, and I'll switch brushes to the small brush for this. And I'm going to color his beak orange and his feet orange. So we'll do, and we'll grab out our twin tone as well at the end when we go to do the detailing in the end. Okay, there's his little feet. And then we can decide what we want to do on the egg. So I like to bring a little pencil out, and I'm going to keep this one really simple, but I like to just kind of sketch out something I want to do. So maybe I'll do like a little stripe here. And the sketch helps me to stay in the lines as well. So maybe I'll do some little pointies. And we'll keep it simple. Something like this. And please do not worry so much about it being perfect. I do see this is a little bit off though, so that's the beauty of having a pencil. Okay. You can erase and redo. There we go. Good enough. All right. So maybe I'll take some of this pink and I'll paint the top part of the egg pink. And while I'm in the pink, I might as well put his little cheek in, because he's got to have his little cheeks. It's too cute. And I like to just take a little bit of water alone and blend out that pink when I feel like it's really pungent. And we'll just wash in some of that pink. Maybe the next one will be green. I mean, you could do just about anything you want for this part. I'll take some orange and just put it into this kind of decorative part here. And maybe some blue, 526. Oh, you can't see here. Okay, so for the pink, I used 743. For the green, I used 173. For the orange, I used 933 up here, okay? And then I'm going to use 526 down here. And I'm just keeping it simple. And I'm going to go 526 for the sky as well. Just to put a little sky around him. A little bit of water. And the 526. Okay. And I'll use the 565 for under his feet. so that he can have a little shadow here. And he's got somewhere he's standing. And then we can take our twin tones and put some decorations in. So I'm using the wider tip here. And maybe I just want to do some little dots on that part. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Whoa, that's too much. Okay. And then I'll take my orange twin tone. I'll use the little tip. And remember, eggs are usually hand painted, right? So they're not going to be perfect. So it's fine if you feel like yours isn't. Know that mine also isn't, and that's fine. And then I'll take a little bit of that and put it on his feet too, because it'll give him a little shadow. And into his beak. And we'll take a little bit, maybe this teal twin tone. And it goes really nicely with that blue. Maybe some little X's here. I mean, you could do whatever. And the pink we can just leave alone. Maybe do a little bit of darker shadow with the 743 at the base there. And on the sides. We can take a little bit of the 565 and add just a little bit more shadow onto the white part of this egg. So we can have a little break in color. And then I thought it would be really cute, let's put his eyes in first, to use one of the accessory stamps and just kind of stamp around him. So I'm using the brown for his eyes and for his little mouth. See how that just brings him to life. But we can use this little accessory stamp, which is the flower, and that one is here. This guy, which is also in the set. And I just thought it would be cute. Now I haven't tried this yet, so let's just see. I kind of played around with the stamp itself and it's adorable. And maybe I'll do another pink, lighter, and make sure to stamp off, because you'll get some color mixing if you don't, which is not a big deal, but this is not very bright. Okay, that's cuter. You can't really see it on here because that pink is so strong. But just these cute little flowers around him to add to the festivities. And maybe we'll do this blue. Cute. Might do one more pink on this side. Maybe like here, and maybe one down there. So stinking adorable, I can't. You could do some orange too. Just a couple little orange ones. I mean, how cute is that? So, I hope that you all enjoyed this. I certainly did. Oh, we'll make sure to sign it. And if you want to win this one too, I can definitely also give this one away. So leave me a comment below. Let me know if you want to win. And again, leave a comment if you want to win one of the gift certificates, your favorite thing about art impressions, and why you love art impressions so much. Your favorite thing about AI, we just love to hear it. And I'm putting these little yellow centers in because I just feel like being extra right now. But how cute! And this comes with the set. This is kind of groovy, huh? Adorable. So once again, if you want to win one of these cards, let me know in the comments that you want to win these. And if you want to win the gift certificate, you can enter again and let us know what your favorite thing about art impressions is, and there will be 2 gift certificate winners for $20 off the website. So I hope that you all enjoyed this. Check out the Happy Spring Set 554 on artimpressions.com if you want to get these cute stamps that can be used well beyond Easter. And don't forget, we also have so cute paper packs that would go with Easter so well, okay? So if you're thinking about your cards, make sure you get on artimpressions.com and you check out the paper packs too. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.